Good evening. Normally I do this, there's some brightness. Normally I do this in the morning, and I usually don't do it unless I am either drinking or have already had a cup of coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker. Uh, I'm a big person who drinks coffee. I don't drink a lot of coffee, maybe three small cups a day, about a size. But I like varied coffees, and I tried different blends from different countries and things. Uh, where I go and dialyze, I have some of the techs there. I actually consider everyone there part of my extended family. Basically, the world is our extended family, right? And I have friends in Ethiopia who have brought me beans, coffee beans from Ethiopia, and kind enough to um, brown them for me, roast them, and give them to me so I can grind them and brew them. I use different kinds. I have a Keurig, which is, as you may or may not know, it's a single cup coffee maker that takes pods, and I have a wire pod that I can put any kind of coffee in. Problem is, it only makes one cup at a time, which is okay. I also have a small French press that makes two cups at a time. And a French press is something where you put the ground coffee in the bottom. And what they recommend is that you mix a little cold water in there and stir it up a bit. Then you pour hot water, not boiling water, but hot water in top. And then it has a plunger that you push down and with a wire screen, and the coffee and its oils float to the top and the grounds float down to the bottom. And they're pain in the butt to get the grounds out of the bottom, and kind of messy, but it makes excellent coffee. Coffee used to be just a total routine thing for people. Cup of Joe, Java, cuppa. My parents always used to say, "Go get me a cuppa," and of course, being terrified of our parents, we'd run and make them a cup of instant Maxwell House, and that was it. That was always had to be Maxwell House coffee. I don't drink instant coffee. I don't drink Maxwell House coffee. I don't drink Folgers coffee. I drink coffee from different. There's so many places now that have coffee beans you can buy by the bulk, and it's good to have a grinder and grind your own coffee, and you can grind it and make a fresh cup or two every morning. I drink maybe 3 cups a day. Coffee is very good for your brain. It's been shown to help delay the onset of Alzheimer's. Excuse me. Seasonal allergies. Yeah, great. Anyway, it's been shown to delay the onset of dementia. Oh, Alzheimer's. Kidding. Anyway, it's has it just has some great properties to it. Read about it. Look up coffee online like you look up everything else online, and find some site that has some credibility to it. I prefer sites that are actually sites. If I have a medical question, I don't go to WebMD. I go to Mayo Clinic or something like that online and read about it there. And that way, I'm pretty sure I have correct information. Don't go online and read, hey, my name's Joe, or hey, I'm Jude, and this is what I know. I will only give you information that I have read about from a solid, reputable place, whether it's a hospital or a scientific lab or anything like that. So, anyway, going on real quick here. Everybody's making fun of who again, Dumpy Trumpy, and giving Melania just a birthday card. I'm sure he probably gave her a lot more than a birthday card, but I don't even want to put that image in my mind. Yeah. And, you know, let's face it, our fault, your fault, whoever voted for him, it's your fault. I don't know why we can't get him out of office. I'm going to shut up about it for a while. I get tired of griping about it and, making fun. I mean, he's just a pathetic creature. He really is. It's like, it would be like finding an ogre under the bridge and making fun of him and pelting him with stones, you know, a one-legged ogre. He can't do anything to defend himself. He can, only go, no collusion, no collusion. He lashes on. Okay, I said I wasn't going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, hopefully I'll be able to start reading to you pretty soon. You can find me on Facebook under Jude, and I will start putting little snippets there of some of the things I'll read. If you like it, great. When I start this up, I'll let you know ahead of time. Give you plenty of time to, if you want to hear a story or you want to hear, a chapter or two of my book at times, then you'll be able to tune into me there. Here is where I just talk. And it's not that I like the sound of my own voice because I don't sound like I do used to. When I was diagnosed with end stage renal failure, which means my kidneys are no longer functioning, and they said, "Oh, you have 5 years to live," which I'll live until I die. That's the way it is. I think I've said that already. But I've also noticed that when I go to dialysis, it takes away a lot of the fluid from my body, but it also, I wind up very, very hoarse for a few days after that. And it's since I go 3 times a week, then usually maybe Monday I have a voice back for a while, and then I have to go Tuesday, and then the rest of the week I'm gone. Little bitty dogs next door. Heron Terriers, really cute. One's about 13, and she's the feistiest little dog I've ever seen. I'm a dog guy. I like cats. I'm allergic to cats, but they're okay. But dogs, you know, DOG, God spelled backward, dogs. Get it? Befriend man. They're there when you're sick. They know when you're sick. They know when they're just incredible animals. They really are. And to think that there are people out there who not only eat them, but use them to fight and to torture them just really, really angers me. And I'm not quite sure that I would be able to hold my temper on something like that if I saw that happen. Not much I can do in a wheelchair, but that might make me walk. I don't know. Anyway, if you watch me, which is great, follow me. I would appreciate that. I do this for me and I do this for you. Hopefully, every once in a while, I say something intellectual enough and smart enough to open a door in your mind and go, hey, maybe this guy's right. Or, hey, I never thought of that. Excuse me just a minute. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you're sitting there watching me drink coffee and babble, maybe you need to get a better life than mine. I enjoy my life. Anyway, it's Sunday. It's a beautiful day outside. That's where you should be, at least wherever you are, where I am. Spring's coming on. There's a full moon. Here's a kind of a bizarre thing. Ever since I was a little boy, I've never been able to sleep very well in a full moon, during the full moon. And I know a lot of people have that same problem as I do. When I went into nursing and started working in hospitals, especially the emergency rooms, we would have full moon weekends that were just crazy. I mean, such insane things happened and would come into the emergency rooms if it was a full moon. And just amazing stuff. I had a guy come in once with his wife had left him and was with her boyfriend So I'm walking along the street up in Topeka, jumped out and hit him in the head with a hatchet, a small axe, but a hatchet. And it hit him here and right in the brow. And he had a big brow. And it stuck. It didn't penetrate to his brain. It just stuck in his bone. And he walked 8 blocks to Stormont Vale Hospital and into the emergency room, at which everyone who was there gasped. And I asked him, I said, get the doctor. We got the doctor and everything. And I said, are you okay? And he goes, well, I've got a really bad headache. And pretty much all we did was get a suture kit ready and gave him some Novocaine up in the head and kind of said, well, we're just going to kind of pull this out. And since it had been that 8 blocks and he had some dried blood and everything, we sprayed a little bit of a saline on there to get it wet and moist. And then the doctor just kind of pulled it out and put a pad on it, and let it bleed a bit, and then hit him up with some antibiotics and sutured it up. And he had a scar, maybe about like that. And we had to call the police, of course, because this was an assault. And I don't know what happened from there. I don't know if they caught the wife or what, but obviously this marriage was not going to work out anymore. But that's kind of things that happen during a full moon. And when people go, oh, this is baloney, blah, 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 blah. No, think about this. Okay. This is what I've researched. When you consider that the tides are controlled by the moon, okay, you got the earth and you got the moon up here, everything's circling and all that. Wonderful circles. And they control the tides. It controls the tides. What are our heads full of? Besides brains, most of us, fluid. So what happens is the fluid in your skull, sort of moves your brain around a little bit. Not doesn't move it, but it puts a little bit more pressure on your brain. And that's, the word lunatic came from people who acted different during full moon cycle, Luna, the moon. So if you feel bad during a full moon or you can't sleep or anything, and again, this is something that I'd really like to hear from people, send me a message or, like I said, Facebook, Jude Weedon, and, Rev Christopher 1, the number 1, all lowercase, at gmail.com. Send me an email about it because I'd like to know. I'd like to kind of feel how many people are out there who have the same difficulties I do during a full moon. Bad guys. Well, and I don't mean, full moon stuff, but, just difficulty thinking, sometimes difficulty sleeping mostly. And I know a lot of people have insomnia anyway because the world's a stressful place. Send me your stress. Let's talk about it. Let's get through it together. And I'll always listen. I've got big shoulders. So that's it. Have a blessed day. And have just a wonderful week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.